I watched the Persona 3 movie, and you should too. For the past year or so, I've been posting Persona every day, a series where I try to break down the daily gameplay of the Persona games into about 1-minute quick overviews. I started with Persona 3, as it was the only one with the calendar style I hadn't played yet. I had enjoyed Persona 5 immensely as my first title in the series, and Persona 4 had been a great experience as well, so much so that I'm currently trying to acquire all the achievements in Persona 4 every day. But with the Answer DLC right around the corner for Persona 3 Reload, I figured now was a great time to jump back to Iwatodai and review the Persona 3 movies. Special thanks to Louis C. Animates for sparking this idea. He asked about my thoughts on the movies, and since I own them, I figured I might as well do some reviews. Like I said, you should watch the movie. In the description, I've linked to my watch-along video. It's a bit scuffed, I'm not gonna lie. So if you want to enjoy my raw reactions to what's happening on screen, go check that out. This video is mostly to recap the final 15 or so minutes of that, and explain why I think everyone should watch it, especially if the idea of an 80-hour RPG seems daunting.
I'm the first to my better shit, thoughts provoke the new era. Become a bit terror, but my only rival is my shadow. We run the play back and fix my own error. Get low to the ground, it's getting better like I told you before. Double up a dead road cheddar. L to the J, say stay laced. Here's my call, me royal flush, and I'm the ace.
Persona 3 Spring of Rebirth covers the events of the games up to June 8th and its aftermath. Covering 3 full moons, there's a lot of action to be had, but the main draw of the movie, in my opinion, aside from its visuals, is the additions they've made to the story. For starters, they've granted a name and personality to the protagonist. Now dubbed Makoto Yuki, he seems relatively blasé and almost apathetic to everything, which allows for him to have a character arc later in the movies, as well as making for some pretty good moments. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I wasn't counting on you. Some other great additions come in the form of added scenes to expand on character actions. There's this great scene of Mitsuru and the chairman giving Yukari a file on Makoto, showing how Yukari learned the protagonist was an orphan. My favorite of these added scenes is the one of Makoto, Junpei, and the worst magician Arcana fooling around at the arcade. It's one of the few scenes in the movie that shows off some semblance of the social life aspect of the game. Speaking of the social life aspect, my only gripe with the movie is that it's pretty lacking in terms of social link interaction. I hope this gets addressed in the rest of these. I can't imagine Persona 3 without characters like Akinari or Yuko. They feel integral to the themes, although they may not be to the narrative. The pacing and structure of the movie is pretty good though. I think structuring the movies in terms of the changing seasons, each of which has 3 full moon operations, allows for just enough breathing room between the major action scenes. And boy, let me tell you, those action scenes are amazing. We've got the awakening scene, which is as badass as ever, the fight with the Priestess Arcana featuring the boy. Yo, it's fucking JF, baby! Yo, motherfucker! And the fight with the Emperor and Empress, which is structured a bit differently than in the games. Of these 3, I have to say the coolest looking fight was that June 8th full moon. Watching Cease function as a squad and deliver combo blows was super sick. I'm looking forward to more visually appealing fights in the next movies. Because this is a movie and not a game, things can be more dynamic in their movement and actions. For example, I loved watching the way the Personas fought. Having them fly around and dart in and out was super cool, and showed off the fighting prowess of a character like Akihiko, while also being a tool to show inexperience in someone like Junpei. I think the transition to a different media form can only be a good thing for P3. All in all, I think this is a good watch for anyone invested in the aesthetic of the Persona games, but who can't find time to sit down for 80 plus hours to experience the story. I know it's kind of a joke in the Persona community that nobody's really played the games, we all just kind of watch playthroughs online, but I genuinely think that the movie, while not being a perfect replacement for playing through the game, does a pretty solid job at delivering those main story beats and vibes of those first 3 months. Next month, I'll be covering Persona 3 Midsummer Night's Dream, so look forward to that. I know I am. Memento Mori.